What is the meta? The meta is what brawlers are good, and what brawlers are being played. What brawlers are in the meta depends on multiple different things. One of those things is nerfs or buffs. Brawlers like Carl are extremely dependent on nerfs or buffs. A buff to Carl makes him one of the best brawlers in the game, while a nerf makes him one of the worst. In general, Supercell uses buffs to increase a brawler's use and win rate, thus making them meta, as well as using nerfs to lower a brawler's win and use rate, making them non-meta. Another reason a brawler can become meta is through countering other brawlers. When the tanks got the trait where their supercharges if they take damage, they became useful and were used more often. Because of this, the meta became a tank meta, with tanks being really common. Since tanks were so common, the tank counters, like Shelly and Gale, became meta because they could easily counter tanks. The meta then became a tank counter meta because tank counters were used to counter the tanks, who were very common. A third thing that influences the meta are maps. When the maps in Power League change, the Power League meta changes slightly because brawlers that are good on that map are played more and are more useful. For example, when Snake Prairie is in Power League rotation, Terra and Bo become meta. They become meta because they both have abilities that allow them extra sight in the bushes, which gives their team an advantage. When talking about metas, it is important to know which meta is being talked about. Each game mode has its own meta, and then Power League has its own meta. Brawlers that are common in Showdown, like Edgar, are almost never picked in Power League because the game modes have different metas. Examples of this are control brawlers being good in Gem Grab and Hot Zone, long range brawlers being good in Bounty, and high DPS brawlers being good in Heist. I hope you have learned something new, and thanks for watching.